Welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving deep into a quote that has the power to completely transform how you see yourself and your future. It comes from Scott Barry Kaufman, a renowned psychologist and researcher who has dedicated his career to understanding human potential and creativity. Here's the quote: "Every person on this earth is full of great possibilities that can be realized through imagination, effort, and perseverance." Take a moment to let that sink in. Every person, that includes you, watching this right now. That includes the person who feels stuck in their current situation, the student struggling with self-doubt, the professional wondering if they've reached their ceiling, and yes, even the person who's been told they're not good enough or don't have what it takes. Kaufman isn't just offering empty motivation here. As a scientist who has studied intelligence, creativity, and human development for decades, he's making a profound statement backed by research about what it truly means to be human. Part 1. The Foundation. Every person is full of great possibilities. Let's start with the foundation of this quote, the idea that every single person possesses great possibilities. This isn't feel-good rhetoric, it's a scientific reality about how human potential actually works. Traditional views of intelligence and ability often treat them as fixed traits. You're either smart or you're not. You're either creative or you're not. You either have talent or you don't. But decades of research in neuroscience and psychology have completely shattered this myth. Scott Barry Kaufman himself is a perfect example of this. He was placed in special education classes as a child due to a central auditory processing disorder. Teachers and tests suggested he had limited intellectual potential. Yet he went on to become a leading researcher at Columbia University and the University of Pennsylvania, revolutionizing our understanding of intelligence and creativity. Consider some examples that illustrate this principle. Grandma Moses didn't start painting until she was 78 and became one of America's most celebrated folk artists. Colonel Sanders was 62 when he franchised KFC after hundreds of rejections. Laura Ingalls Wilder published her first Little House book at age 65. These aren't exceptions. They're examples of what becomes possible when we understand that human potential isn't bound by age, background, or previous limitations. Part 2. The Catalyst, through imagination. Now let's explore the first tool Kaufman identifies for realizing our possibilities: imagination. Notice he doesn't say through goal setting or through planning. He starts with imagination. There's profound wisdom in this. Imagination is your ability to envision what doesn't yet exist. It's the bridge between your current reality and your potential reality. Without imagination, you remain trapped in what is, unable to see what could be. Here's how imagination works as a catalyst for potential. First, imagination expands your sense of what's possible. When you can vividly picture yourself in a different role, mastering a new skill, or living a different kind of life, you begin to shift from "I could never do that" to "I wonder how I could do that." This mental shift is the first step toward any meaningful change. Second, imagination helps you navigate obstacles before you encounter them. When you imagine pursuing a possibility, you also imagine the challenges you might face. This mental rehearsal prepares you for difficulties and helps you develop creative solutions in advance. Third, imagination fuels motivation. When you can see and feel what achieving a possibility would be like, you create emotional fuel for the effort and perseverance that will be required. But here's the key: effective imagination isn't just wishful thinking or fantasy. It's what psychologists call mental contrasting. Vividly imagining both your desired future and the obstacles you'll need to overcome to get there. Try this exercise. Think of one possibility in your life that feels exciting but challenging. Close your eyes and imagine yourself having achieved it. What does it look like? How does it feel? Who is there with you? What are you doing differently? Now imagine the main obstacles between where you are now and that vision. What would you need to learn? What habits would you need to change? What fears would you need to face? This kind of imagination becomes a powerful planning tool that connects your current self with your potential self. Part 3. The engine, through effort. Imagination creates the vision, but effort provides the engine that transforms possibility into reality. Kaufman's inclusion of effort in this quote is crucial because it acknowledges an uncomfortable truth. Realizing great possibilities requires work. But not just any work, the right kind of work. Research in expertise development shows us that what matters isn't just how much effort you put in, but how you direct that effort. Deliberate practice versus mindless repetition. Psychologist Anders Ericsson's research reveals that expertise comes from deliberate practice, focused, purposeful effort designed to improve specific weaknesses. Playing guitar for 10,000 hours won't make you expert if you're just repeating the same songs. But 1,000 hours of deliberate practice, focusing on your weak points and progressively challenging yourself, can create remarkable improvement. The compound effect of small actions. Your possibilities aren't realized through massive, heroic efforts alone. They're built through the compound effect of small, consistent actions. Writing 200 words a day doesn't feel like much, but over a year, that's a 73,000-word book. Learning one new word in a foreign language daily gives you 365 words in a year, enough for basic conversation. Strategic effort versus hard work. Not all effort is created equal. Strategic effort means focusing on activities that provide maximum learning and growth, seeking feedback and adjusting your approach based on results, working on skills that compound, where improvement in one area enhances performance in others, investing time in fundamentals even when it's not immediately exciting. The effort paradox. Here's something counterintuitive. The more effort you put into developing your capabilities, the easier future effort becomes. It's like building physical strength. The stronger you get, the easier it is to lift heavier weights. Mental capabilities work the same way. The key is to view effort not as a burden, but as an investment in expanding your range of possibilities. Each hour of focused effort doesn't just move you toward a current goal, it increases your capacity to achieve future goals you haven't even imagined yet. Part 4. The Sustainer. Through perseverance. The final component Kaufman identifies is perseverance, the ability to maintain effort over time, especially when facing setbacks, failures, and discouragement. This might be the most critical element of all. Why perseverance matters more than talent. Psychologist Angela Duckworth's research on grit shows that perseverance and passion for long-term goals are better predictors of success than talent or intelligence. Her studies of spelling bee champions, military academy cadets, and other high achievers consistently show that those who persist longest achieve most. The reality of the journey. Realizing great possibilities isn't a linear process. It looks more like this: initial excitement and rapid progress. The first plateau where progress slows. Obstacles and setbacks that test your commitment. Periods of doubt and discouragement. Breakthrough moments that justify the struggle. New challenges at higher levels. Understanding this pattern helps you prepare mentally for the inevitable difficulties. When you hit your first major obstacle, you won't interpret it as a sign that you're not meant to pursue this possibility. You'll recognize it as a normal part of the journey. Building perseverance. Perseverance isn't just about willpower, it's a skill you can develop. Connect to deeper meaning. People persevere longer when they understand why their goal matters beyond personal benefit. Celebrate small wins. Acknowledging progress, even tiny steps, maintains motivation during long journeys. Develop a growth mindset. Viewing challenges as opportunities to learn rather than threats to your ego makes setbacks less devastating. Build support systems. Surrounding yourself with people who believe in your possibilities provides encouragement during difficult times. Practice self-compassion. Being kind to yourself during failures helps you recover faster and try again. The perseverance paradox. Here's what's fascinating. The act of persevering through challenges doesn't just help you achieve your current goals, it expands your sense of what's possible in the future. Each time you push through something difficult, you prove to yourself that you're capable of more than you previously believed. Part 5. Bringing it all together. Your action plan. Now let's make this practical. How do you apply Kaufman's insight to your own life? Step 1. Possibility audit. Take 15 minutes to brainstorm possibilities in different areas of your life. Career and professional development. Relationships and social connections. Health and physical capabilities. creative and artistic expression, learning and intellectual growth, contribution and service to others. Don't edit yourself during this process. Write down everything that comes to mind, regardless of how realistic it seems right now. Step 2. Imagination session. Choose one possibility that excites you most. Spend 10 minutes in detailed imagination. What would achieving this look like in concrete terms? How would it change your daily experience? What obstacles would you need to overcome? What skills would you need to develop? Who could help you on this journey? Step 3. Effort strategy. Based on your imagination session, identify one skill you need to develop, one small action you could take this week, one source of learning, book, course, mentor, one way to practice deliberately rather than mindlessly. Step 4. Perseverance plan. Finally, prepare for the challenges. Why does this possibility matter to you personally? Who will support you when things get difficult? How will you celebrate small progress along the way? What will you tell yourself when you face setbacks? Conclusion. Scott Barry Kaufman's quote isn't just inspirational, it's a roadmap. Every person truly is full of great possibilities, but realizing them requires the deliberate application of imagination, effort, and perseverance. Your possibilities aren't limited by where you started, what others have told you about your capabilities, or even what you currently believe about yourself. They're limited only by your willingness to imagine what could be, put in the effort required to grow, and persevere through the inevitable challenges.